Hi, it's Kelsey from Junk Journal Magic. I had to come up with a solution today for a problem that I had. I wanted to make high gloss shiny papers matte, and I didn't have any more spray matte finish. It's like something you can coat something with, like a lacquer. And I thought, well, let me try some stuff and see if something works, because I do not want to drive 20 minutes to Walmart, which is always packed no matter what time of day I go, and then 20 minutes back, and then not even know if I'm going to find this spray matte finish. So what I did was I grabbed some things that made me think, that might do the job. It might seal it just enough. So let's see. First, I used an aerosol hairspray. You can see the shine on this. I sprayed it on the top half, and you can see nothing's different. Now, just for the record, this might be really good to spray on top of something you've finished, but I don't know how it will interact with anything that's water-based underneath it. So you might want to test something before you go spraying your hairspray. You know that can of hairspray you've had for 10 years because your daughter was in dance and you had to spray her hair up so flat against her head with this little tight bun that nothing moved? Well, this is a good job for this hairspray that's been in your cabinet for 10 years. So that's the aerosol hairspray. Then I tried Niagara spray starch. Now this does take the shiny off, but it leaves tiny little spots. I don't know if you can see it. I really like the texture. It's interesting. But of course, I only sprayed the upper half, and I sprayed it twice. I let the first coat dry, and I patted off some of the big bubbly domes that were left and were taking forever to dry. Then I sprayed it again and let it dry, and I patted it again very carefully. It doesn't smear. The little dots dry kind of like watercolor into these tiny little spots. I actually really think I want to try this on something. I'm just not going to do it on this project. That was Niagara spray starch. Everybody's got a can of that in their laundry room where they iron everything. Next thing I tried was matte gel medium. Everyone probably thought, well, just use matte gel medium. Well, it does. It works really good. You can see the difference in the zones. Right about here and up is the matte gel medium. And there is no shine on there. It is dull and flat. So this was an inexpensive clearance product, $7. I bought it. Artist Loft. Isn't that Michael's, or is it Hobby Lobby? I don't know, but it's working fine. I don't mind. There was a really cheap one at Michael's I bought one time that was horrible. It was so thin and it didn't do anything. So yeah, but matte gel medium is an awesome product. Then I tried matte Mod Podge. You can see there's a zone from here up that's flat. It's matte. You have to be careful not to scrape everything on there and leave lines. I was in a hurry just to get things done to test it. But yeah, there's definitely a difference here. Not a bad product, and you know you can get a little bottle of this at Hobby Lobby. No, I'm sorry, at Michael's. I know they have these at Walmart too, and they might be cheaper at Walmart now than Michael's. But yeah, a little bottle goes a long way. And then I tried Finnabair's Clear Gesso. This product was all the rage back when Finnabair products were in Michael's. And then they clearanced it out, and I have 3 tubes of this. So if I'm thinking it might be a good solution for my problem because it works really well. You see this black kind of has a little, somewhat, the faintest opaqueness to it. It's translucent, but when you compare it to the bottom, where you get a real good contrast of color with the nice shiny image, you do see it's matte up here. I used a handy dandy, let me show you, a handy dandy spreader, an old gift card. So make sure you don't buy anything like this because you probably have some of these somewhere. And if not, you can get one the next time someone in your household gets a gift card and spends it. So that's what I tried. And just for the record, I have some different pieces that were glossy. These were pages. I have to show you this particular book open because, where am I? There I am. Because it's already in the book. But this was a high gloss, shiny children's book page about petroglyphs in the desert. So I wanted it in my Texas journal, and it was too shiny. I am not a big fan of shiny pages, so I went ahead and coffee dyed everything in that big pile of stuff to make my book, and it turned out just fine. There's a tiny bit of shininess here and there, but really the coffee works just fine. And of course, I put them all in the oven. That's why you get these really sharp, contrasting spots and blobs of color. Now this is another one. I coffee dyed it too. I don't think it was as glossy, but I don't mind. It really works. You just have to get all your papers together and run them through the coffee in the oven. What I set it on 250 or 300, depending on how patient I am that day. You know, sometimes I just want to get it done and I crank the oven up, but everything's fine. And I always take them right out of the oven, stick them on the counter, put a giant coffee table book on top of them to hold them down, and they flatten much better underneath that weight. And then of course I iron things. So there you go. I hope you have a solution to your problem at home and you don't have to go out and buy any more products. Have fun.